You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
Warning: adult topics and content. You must be legal age of majority in your location to view. We are an educational, informative talk show, and our hosts may express their opinions passionately using explicit language. No offense is intended. Take a break and tune in for some great cannabis and psychedelic chit-chat. Learn what's going on in the cannabis industry, find out what's new on the review, and enjoy a laugh or two. Join us for today's Token Talk here on the Pace Radio Network with Reverend Cindy and Green Irene.
I didn't put us back in. That was my job, and I was dancing to the music. No!
I know, I kind of like that too, right? It's got a really jazzy sort of feel. How you doing, Cindy?
I'm doing good. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing awesome. I'm not so sure about this weather. It's kind of damp. It's hot. It's cold. It's damp. It's cold. But welcome to Ontario in December, right?
Well, you know what? Normally, Nova Scotia, we'd be at like minus 15 to minus 20 right now. On the kind of the warm side of minus 15, but we'd still be at that right now. We'd have a little bit of snow. It'd probably be gone for Christmas, but we'd have a little bit of snow right now. We probably would have had 3 or 4 like really good snowstorms by now. We've had nothing. But I am looking at Vancouver and I'm thinking, we must have traded.
They're getting nailed.
They are getting nailed left, right, and center. I've got a good friend that lives out there who's going to be joining us on the network here eventually. And the pictures that he sends me are just incredible. It's like, holy shit, were you guys in Nova Scotia or something? Yeah. And he's telling me, he goes, I hate it. I got to put on this layer and that layer, this layer, and this overcoat, and that overcoat. And I'm like, yeah, welcome to Nova Scotia, bye.
Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And hello, Judy. How you doing? It's really, when you're not used to the cold or the damp, and for someone like me, I dislike winter because I have to put on an extra 20 pounds of clothing. I mean, my boots weigh 5 pounds. And then I've got to put the long insulated undergarments on over top, and then my clothes over top of that, and then a sweater over top of that. And then I got to put the vest, and then the jacket, and then the earmuffs. And it's like, so yes, I have to say our temperatures are much milder than they have been in historical years. And of course, I'm kind of sort of in the green belt here, which means we get snow overnight. I can look out my window and go, oh, pretty. And then that afternoon, it's just gone.
Yeah.
Mostly. So That's cool compared to up north.
I went out the other night. Last night, actually. I should have uploaded this to my computer. It's too bad that I didn't, because I went out and we went to this Glow Festival, which is like the Festival of Lights type idea. Like you go in, you walk around, bunch of pretty lights, you go visit Santa Claus. It's all kinds of fun. When we left there, now there have been news stories nationally about this particular house in Fall River, Nova Scotia, where the gentleman has put up over 18,000 LED lights. He has made a light show with them that lasts 18 minutes.
What?
Yeah, oh yeah. And so he's picked 5 or 6 songs. Yeah. Each 1 minute of the light show that he puts up of this light show takes 18 hours to enter and program.
Wow.
Yeah. So he spent the year preparing this.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put it up. So it is like, it's been on, the CBC and CTV and global news across the country. And we went out last night. We had some mushrooms and enjoyed this show. What a show. And we got there right at the beginning where they said, welcome to Christmas 2022 light show. And we saw it from beginning to end. And they had... they tried to appease everybody with the music that they had. They had, a song for the kids and a song for the religious people and a song for people who like rock music. And it was just absolutely fantastic. What a show. And I recorded a couple of them, and I should have uploaded them to my computer because I could have shared them with y'all.
Oh, that would have been wonderful. Well, maybe over the holidays you'll have a chance to do it on your own page or something, or even just upload it and share it. Yeah,
Absolutely. No, for sure I will. But yeah, it's I've been chatting with my dad, so he wants to go out and take a look, and I'm gonna get probably maybe I'll go live and give everybody.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. So it was pretty fantastic. It was a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yeah, so if you live in Nova Scotia and if you're anywhere close to Fall River, I highly suggest taking a run out to Henry Avenue and taking a look at these lights because they are blow your mind spectacular.
What an investment of energy and time and just a love for the season, eh?
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the Christmas spirit. In that I love to see those little guys when their eyes light up, or when they first walk in and everything's bright and sparkly and they get all gooey. Like I love that.
I got a story that'll warm your heart then.
Okay, yeah, please
go
for it.
I went and picked my grandkids up on Friday, brought them down for the night, and my daughter says to me, "Let's sneak their little Christmas elf on the shelf up." And they won't have any idea. Now, my granddaughter is about to turn 9. She'll turns 9 January 21st. And everybody knows that we're at that age that any second that magic could be gone for her. So I brought the elf on the shelf up and they went to bed. They went to sleep and I put them up hanging off a light. And the kids were up for an hour, maybe half an hour before I got up. And I got up and turned all the lights on. And my granddaughter looks up. She sees, they named it Dory. She sees Dory, the elf on the shelf. And the look on her face, her eyes went huge. Her jaw hit the floor. And she's like, "Oh, Nana, Dory's here. How did Dory get here?" And it was just pure Christmas magic. And I mean, the Grinch would have had a heart that grew about 10 sizes if he had seen it. Because it was everything got reaffirmed to her in that second. Like, you know what I mean? Like any beliefs that she was starting to lose all came back because Dory magically appeared at Nana's house. How did Dory get there?
Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, and they are such magic, right? Yeah, we Oh, well, I had the 3 boys, and the boys are 10, 8, and 6 running around. And then, of course, the little girl that was here, she's, I think, 10. So we had 2 10s, an 8, and a 6-year-old. So it's kind of that real fun where they play all sorts of games and and they're running and tearing through the house like they do. And it's beautiful to hear, but I'm very grateful that it's only one day.
Yeah, I had my grandkids here for just about 24 hours. And when they left, I napped.
Well, that's it. You need a 3-day holiday afterwards. Like I need a holiday from the holiday.
Yeah.
And they're busy and they're excited and it's so much fun. So my one grandson is totally into science stuff. He just loves science stuff. And he every year we get him some sort of an experiment or a what have you, something sciencey.
That's awesome.
And the other one is into reading and analysis. He likes action reaction. So he likes electrical currents and he likes putting these little constructs together to see what would happen and that sort of thing. So this year, before they open their presents, they're all in the room and they came up with this list of a science experiment that they're going to perform. And it included the turkey. They did not get to perform that experiment. I'm not sure what it was, but I'm pretty sure mud pies were in our future.
Yeah.
Yummy, yum, yum. So I'm enjoying Girl Scout cookies today because it's a great during the day strain. Again, I grew this one myself. So, well, not all by myself, but I grew this one. This is my own harvest.
Yeah, you guys grew that yourselves versus buying it from somebody else. I have not smoked your samples yet. We are doing that Christmas Eve. We have saved them, or I have saved them for Christmas Eve. I got some pre-rolls from the liquor store because here in Nova Scotia, our cannabis stores are in our liquor stores. And it's really sad that I have to say that every time because the rest of Canada has no idea. Yeah, like I mean, like the rest of Canada, like you're not in liquor stores, but yeah, I have to go in the liquor store to buy my cannabis. And I every time I say that, I'm floored.
Yeah, it is kind of awkward, eh? But that was the choice that your province had made to try and go that route. Yeah, I have to say I like having the independent stores, but it is really seriously becoming like a Circle K or a Max Mart. Like every corner has a cannabis shop of some sort. I mean, we've got 3 of them. I'm in this very small block. I have 3 of them. I have Northern Helm, True North, and Purple Moose.
Well, we only have them in our liquor stores. And up until about 2 months ago, we only had 40 of them in our entire province. So up until a couple months ago, I would have to travel about 40 minutes in any direction to get to a cannabis store or a liquor store that had a cannabis store in it. Now they have, I think they're up to 60 now. I really have to go research that more because it's 60-ish, and my little town got one, but it's in a closet in the back of the liquor store. Like my den that I'm sitting in here, like my little den that I use as a studio, is twice as big as the cannabis store in my hometown.
How shitty is that, eh? You know what? I get, well, when you were here in Ontario, you got to go into some of the dispensaries and some
all of them. Yeah.
Right? And so you got to see how it's set up. Like I know the one here in Northern Helm. It's at Lake Vista Plaza. I love going in there. The security that's at the front, he or she, depending on who it is that's in the front, always does the, hey, Green Irene, how you doing? You are gonna love what we got in today, or didn't get anything new, but your favorite's still in stock. You know, it's that real personal vibe. And then I walk in, and now because it's Christmas, so at Halloween, they have this display case in the center, and they had like pumpkin bowls, and they had like all this cool glass art and everything Halloweenish.
And I walk into my liquor store and I get lectured about how cannabis is a drug and it's bad.
Oh God. You know what? No, I don't think I want to go to Nova Scotia. Let me know when that changes.
Isn't that terrible? Oh my God. And I get so upset. And then they tell me that we're not allowed to give advice. And then they tell me about how they give advice to seniors. And I'm just sitting there like,
we're not allowed to give advice. What was that section 5.2 in the Cannabis Reform Act that they were considering? 5.2 said something to the effect of, now that we've got a legal thing in place, maybe we can just do away with the medical. Could you imagine? Oh my God.
No, it's upsetting. Like, I mean, every time I go into, and I mean, I got shit on here a while back when I went into the Windsor liquor store, and that was literally the conversation I had with the young man. He told me that the Canadian government still considers it a drug, and a bad drug, so therefore they're going to control it like this. The only way to properly control it is in the liquor store. This is what they're teaching people in Nova Scotia that work there, that we have the best policy, should be in the liquor store under lock and key. And then he told me, and this is like, I mean, he might be 20 years old, this kid that's lecturing me. I've been smoking weed longer than his father had sperm. Anyway. And then he tells me, we talked for a minute, because I mean, I always want to have a conversation with these folks when I go in. So we talked for a minute about how it's actually a medicine, and I've got a prescription, and, you know, we talked about this. And then he starts telling me that he's not a doctor. And 5 seconds later, more like probably about 2 minutes later, he tells me about how he gives advice to seniors, because he picked up a pack. I don't even have the pack anymore. I got a Christmas pack of pre-rolls. So he picked up the pack and he tells me, pre-roll number 1 has this much THC. Pre-roll number 2 has this much THC. And I looked at him like, oh my God, really? You think I can't read? Well, you know, I have to tell the seniors What? Okay. Are you calling me a senior, or are you telling me that you're giving advice to seniors, which you just told me you couldn't do?
Right.
Well, number one, he was not going to admit that he was calling me a senior. And then I tripped him up. He's kind of like, well, yeah, but you're not a doctor, so why are you giving advice?
Right.
And I took a little, I mean, he tripped himself up on the government's language. And it's not him that I was proud of tripping up. It's the fact that the government, I proved in that conversation that what the government is teaching the people here in Nova Scotia is complete crap.
The conditioning is crap. I mean, we're being reconditioned. And, I just had this discussion actually over, as I said, our Christmas, my family Christmas was this weekend that just passed. Because everybody has their families and they have obligations elsewhere, right? On that day. And I think it's important to be home and stress-free with your children. So, so being the grandparents, we have everybody either the weekend before or the weekend after. This year we had it the weekend before. And while everybody was here, we got into the conversation of schooling and the indoctrination of some of these ideals and ideas. It's disturbing. And I mean, these kids are trying, this 20-year-old's got his job, probably went through 6 weeks of intensive training to get the job. And the training he got was shit.
Hours.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, I mean, how shitty is that? But now the kid thinks he's a fucking expert on cannabis. Like, it's really, really very frightening.
Yep. No, the retail liquor stores, and I think 6 hours is probably me under exaggerating. I think it's 2 days of watching videos.
Yeah. Kind of like a Tim Hortons thing, right? That doesn't make him a fucking expert on coffee.
16 hours, I think, is what they have in total training. And it's not real training because you're not sitting there having a conversation with a teacher. You don't have a teacher teaching you. You don't have a book that you open. You don't have somebody that you can say, okay, well, if the person comes in and complains that, like they smoked this joint and it made them dizzy and feel ill, what do I do? Like, you don't have that. Like, they're not allowed to say anything. So Joe comes in, explains how he was greening out. They just have to say, try something different. They're not allowed to then say, oh, well, you smoked something with a 33% THC. We should knock you down to like a 15.
No, they're not. And which is scary because that would be the easiest thing to say, right? Or tell them, get some beta-caryophyllene, get some peppercorns, roll those around on your tongue. It's like a wet blanket. But this is offering advice. One of the things I learned in my training for hypnosis and NLP to become a therapist, a neuro-linguistic programming practitioner, as well as a hypnotherapist, is we are not allowed to advise because we do not have that PhD of doctor. We are not licensed with the College of Physicians and Surgeons or the College of Nursing. So I can't even say to my client, you should be drinking 8 glasses of water a day. That is actually prescribing to them to have 8 glasses of water per day. I mean, semantics really do play a role in the legal responsibility realm. And it's unfair that our government is so ambiguous with their wording. Because, these kids end up thinking they've got all this power, and the power is gum flap and bullshit.
Oh, yeah. He was having a power trip hardcore when I was in there because he would not give me my product until he was allowed to read off all the THC levels. And I was just like, oh, my God, you little fucking brat. You little fucking brat. I mean, I said it earlier and made you laugh, but it's true. Like, man, I've been smoking weed longer than you were ever even considered to be an itch in your daddy's pants. So, like, back up.
I'll tell you. So I won't tell you where it is that I go, but I love firearms. Okay. I love target shooting. Back in my heyday, I really enjoyed hunting. I haven't gone hunting now in probably 20 plus years, and probably not since my children were very young. After I taught them how to hunt and how to shoot, I was done, but recently I've been in a position where I've got to take up a hobby again, right? Like, I've got to do something. And I looked at a few things and they're fun, but you know what, I'm not really there. Like nothing went pow to me. And then I saw a shooting club, indoor shooting club range. Oh, did I get excited? So I walk in and I kind of go past all the, all that like the storefront stuff of everything where they're selling all the ammo and the gear and the this, that, and the retail section. I'm heading straight for the range. That's where I want to be. As I go through the door, this young, okay, like I'm pretty sure he just hit puberty, says to me, "Ma'am, you can't be in here without a license." And I swear his voice cracked as he said it. And I said, "Young man, you need to move out of my way. I need to speak to someone who is capable of answering my questions." And I guess it was the tone I used because he just stepped back right away. And I went straight to and who did I go for? I went for the senior at the desk. Why? Because this guy's not going to talk down to me. He's not going to fill me with bullshit. I want to know facts. I don't want a sales pitch.
Well, but let's not ageism on that. Bad salespeople come in all ages. I'm getting an Android box, and the salesman there is 10 years my senior. And by the jump-ins, if I didn't want to bitch slap him the same as I wanted to bitch slap the little kid at the liquor store. No. Let's not ageism on that, because these cocky top-downish salespeople can come in all races, right, all sexes, and all ages.
That's true. That's so true.
It's just harder to take it from somebody who's younger.
It really is. Like, I finally get what my grandfather was saying years ago, or my father, or, like, I get what they were saying with, I'm not fucking going to work where this 14-year-old is my boss. Like, it's just not going to happen.
No, it's hard. It's hard to look at somebody who's your junior and take advice from them. It's like, I'm going to be working with your daughter.
There.
Yeah. And as much as I'm excited to work with her, I'm also excited to learn to trust somebody in that aspect that's that much younger than me.
It is. It's hard. And do you find that, like, even if you've had to go to the hospital or something and you get this fresh out of school nurse that wants to poke your arm to take blood, and it's like, how many grapefruits did you try and how hungover were you for most of these tests? Like, I don't think I want you coming near me with that sharp little pointy thing. Can we get someone different in here? Somebody who's been doing it for a while? Yeah, it's
luckily all of my medical files in that particular exact instances state on it needle phobe, so they always bring me the most senior tech, which is awesome.
Well, I did get lucky when I was back home up north, because the manager of the lab inside the hospital was my cousin. And one of the girls who drew the blood, one of the several that were there, was her daughter, also my cousin, right? So they knew me from, family events. And it's like, ooh, I'm sending you to Irene, okay? And again, way back when, before I got diagnosed, when I first fell ill and they didn't know what was going on, you probably experienced this yourself, we go through a shitload of freaking tests. Just finding out what's wrong with you is a one-time full-time job. It's test after test. I felt like a pincushion. Like I was afraid to drink water. I'm going to become a fountain. But thank God I don't go through any of that anymore. Never mind, thank God. Thank cannabis. Thank cannabis, I don't do that anymore. Oh, my kids for Christmas, they got me this cute little pouch. It's going to go into my nail salon kit. They got me this little pouch, and it says in nice big letters, "I'm high on life." And then in tiny letters, "Just kidding, it's weed."
Nice.
I thought that was really cute. Yeah.
Nice. Yes, I'm excited for Sunday. It should be a really great day. I'm going to cook supper here, and everybody's going to come here for, probably won't be supper. It'll probably be like a 2:00, mid-afternoon type thing. Enough time to get the kids up here and, have a second gift opening, because like they're going to open gifts at home and then come here. Sure. They're not getting what I'm buying until they get here. I want you to be here. So
my oldest son had to work. He popped in last night. Too bad. Until you are here and sitting down, those trees stay under that. Those gifts stay under that tree. Yeah. So he's coming back today.
Well, that's the way to do it. I mean, I kind of want to see the kids open up some stuff and whatnot. So
yes, I mean that's the biggest part of it for me. I love the giving.
Yes.
I love the giving. I love to see those eyes light up. I love the bad reactions too. Like when they get something they really don't want and they're not sure what to do about it. It's like, thank you. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're really not sure. So I'll tell you a story. Years ago, as you know, traditionally the name Ashley could have been male or female. I have an aunt who was madly in love with Elvis Presley. Every time she got pregnant, a new Elvis Presley movie was coming out. So her 3 boys are named after the Elvis Presley character of the movie that happened when she got pregnant. So she has Ashley, Shane, and Lonnie. Ashley being the oldest boy. When I had a daughter, I named her Ashley. There we are at the big family Christmas. There's about 64 of us at that point in time. All of us gather because that's what we do. We're all there and the tree's just, hidden under these gifts and somebody's under the tree handing the stuff out to the kids. And it's Ashley and toss it over to Ashley and the other Ashley, toss it over to the other Ashley. My poor daughter, she's about 5, 6 years old, maybe 6 years old. She opens a box of boys' underwear, burst into tears, crying, "Why?" My cousin Ashley, on the other side of the room, opens up this box with a big pink teddy bear in it. And he's trying to hide it from his brothers because he doesn't want anybody to know that somebody gave him a pink teddy.
That's hilarious.
But you watch these faces on them and it's really, I love the gifting. I love watching people opening stuff. I love decorating. I love all the crafting that goes with. Apparently, Cindy, I love Christmas spirit. I really just do. For me, it's that one time of the year where everybody, me included, take whatever garbage or baggage or bullshit I've got with other people, with anybody, including myself, and you wrap it in a bag and you leave it outside just for that day or just for those hours, and the whole world does it. So for a moment in life, everything is genuinely in the moment at peace, right? Yeah. And that's a miracle in itself. My. So are you going tobogganing?
No. We have no snow.
No, we don't have any either. And I'll tell you one of my New Year's traditions that I love doing. It started years ago with a friend of mine, a newfie friend of mine. She haven't seen her in years, but she was an absolute hoot. Anyway, what we used to do is usually around 11:30, we'd start getting dressed. We'd put on our skidoo suits. We'd get all bundled up, grab her bottle of champagne, and we'd head for the hill, which was behind her place, but it was a big mother dropping hill. Okay. And it was usually cleaned up from the skidoos before that. Like they'd have it cleaned up for us. So we'd get there, and at the top of the hill at 11:59, we would pop the cap, slide down the hill, have our drink of champagne, slide right into the new year.
Nice.
And I love doing it. Haven't done it in a couple of years. We haven't had the snow for it.
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure I've got the body for it anymore.
Oh, I definitely know I don't have the body for something like that anymore. Last time I went tobogganing was probably, God, about 30 years ago. I think I was in the armed forces at the time, which would make sense. I seem to remember after a Saturday on parade, and then we had supper, we would get drunk, and then we would take a cab out to this hill, and it was actually called Burger Hill. And we would slide down that, and be so drunk it would take us forever to walk back up the hill. But I mean, it's broken memories because I was rip-roaring drunk. But I seem to have like flashes of laughing my ass off, hanging on to Kirk Blank so he could drag me up the hill. He's 6'5", so big dude, so he could drag me up the hill quite easily.
Yeah, just grab me by the cuff. I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I just have another family member that announced that he's going into the armed forces as well. He's joining the military this year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I have a family full of military men and women. My son Brandon, the one that just got back from Paris, he served 5 years, and then decided family over military, right, for a multitude of reasons, before signing another contract. And I'm proud of him for the choices he makes and the way that he's made them. It's really, both my grandfathers, of course, served during the wars, and all of my uncles have been in it to some degree or another. Some have served their entire life. That was their career. I've got one cousin, Denise. She's an absolute hoot. There was no way in hell. I remember I was there. She was 9 years old, kicking and screaming as my auntie dragged her into that cadet arena. You're going, that's it, blah, 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 blah. You need something to do, so on and so forth. She went in kicking and screaming. Okay, so from there, she joined, she became blah, blah. She got this posting, she got that posting. She served in Afghanistan for a few years. She came back. She ultimately retired. She took 3 months of her retirement and then came back as a recruiting officer. Now she's a recruiting officer, a trainer. She just can't believe it.
Yeah.
You know,
I got drug in kicking and screaming too, but then I got drug out kicking and screaming. I was in a car accident that stole my career.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It is what it is. I was obviously, like, the universe was just telling me that I was not meant to be there. I didn't get really hurt, but I got hurt enough that I couldn't carry my pack, or I couldn't carry my, my instruments.
Right.
So, it unfortunately it added towards my fibromyalgia, but it also added towards me heading into a life where I am learning to heal and learning to help others heal. So it just took me a little while to catch on what the universe was telling me.
It's funny, It doesn't speak the same language, and it's not on the same time clock.
No, it's not. But speaking of time clocks, it is just about time for break.
Ooh, it is. And
normally I'm not the one on top of this, so let me just go, good girl. Good girl.
Yes! This is for you. I'm tapping your shoulder, even though it's mine. Here, hold on. I'm
just getting a big kick out of myself today. That's all.
Yay, Cindy. Yeah, because I am like totally off. I'm off on absolutely everything these days.
Well, that's okay. It's Christmas week, so we're supposed to be opposite of what we usually are. You're right on top of it. You're like, I can see you moving you're concentrating on what you're getting ready to click, and I can see it every time. But yeah, this time we're polar opposites. Christmas week. It brings me into alignment and takes most of people out, but for some reason it brings me into alignment.
There we go. Well, and I just turned my lights on and went, oh, look, I can see. Oh, goodness. When we get back, I'll have that wheel set up too, so we can give away last week's prize, the Zeus package with the swag bag from Green Irene's THC.
That would be cool.
Yeah, so we'll announce that winner, and and we'll talk about this week's giveaway. Okay, so when we return, have you let's see. Okay, so we'll be back in just a couple of minutes, about 3 minutes after a message from our sponsors. 2 and 2.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
When you think of the number of unique products developed in the fields, kitchens, and labs at Legacy 420, it's hard to think that one stands out above the rest. But tell that to the thousands of people who have tried this amazing breakthrough product.
This is our Sacred Salve. This is actually our extra strength. It comes in 5 different strengths. It's all natural, all organic It typically works within 10 to 15 minutes of putting it on. It's good for arthritis, it's good for inflammation, any kind of pain. We're very proud of it.
Sacred Salve, so easy to apply, along with soothing relief. To select a strength that's right for you, come in and talk to your trusted partner. Legacy 420 out on your road.
Pace Radio Network, by patients, for patients, and for those who want to know.
Did you know that the Pace Radio Network isn't just a radio network? That's right, because most, but not all of our programming is now done via video and is then podcasted at paceradio.net. So if you want to watch, yes, watch our programming, you'll find us on the Pace Radio Network's Facebook page, plus the show's own page, and you'll find us live on the network's YouTube channel. And don't forget, you can find it all, video and audio, at paceradio.net.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more. We've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
Let's share Pace everywhere. That way it can help create peace. People everywhere advocating cannabis education. You're listening to the Pace Radio Network, here at paceradio.net.
That's my favorite commercial segment. Hi.
It is. It is. It's one of my favorites too. Guess what? We have a guest with us. He has joined us. Yay! Let's welcome Al Graham to the equation. Hello, Al.
Hi, ladies. How you doing?
Good. Good. How's your day going? We're just hanging out, talking and talking.
Well, you know, I had a real busy day planned.
Oh.
And it all just sort of, because of one reason or another, it all just sort of ended. I thought I was going to have to be in 3 different places at one time. At one point, I was filling in for Cindy because Cindy wasn't going to be able to be here, right? Mm-hmm. So I had that on the list. I had the car that had to go in to get the oil changed, but a part didn't arrive, so it can't go in. And then I was going to go down and visit my friends Kathy and Tim down at Legacy 420, but they've got a meeting this afternoon. So I said, well, you deal with your meeting and I'll try to get down and see you before Christmas.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. That's so you get to join us.
Yeah. So here I thought I had a real busy day where I was going to be being pulled everywhere. And in the end, I didn't have to. I just stayed at home and brought some wood in, took the dog for a walk. You know.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And listen to you 2 ladies talk there for the first part of the program as well. Just so you know,
we've had a couple more people join us. Doug Sikora says, "Season's greetings, ladies." Hello, Doug.
Hey, Doug. Hello, Doug and Michelle. Yes, hello. Happy holidays. Yeah, they're on their East Coast. Oh, they're candies. I love.
Yeah, they're on the West Coast. Yeah.
Or sorry, West Coast. Yes. Al, have you had any of their candies? Doug made some of the greatest root beer lollipops ever.
Try his chocolate gummies. Seriously.
Haven't tried that. I did the root beer lollipops and went crazy.
I've tried the chocolate gummies. I had gummies and I've had the candies and stuff.
Oh, very
Michelle
cool.
sent it. Yeah. Michelle sent a gift pack
Nice.
one day
no,
after
the chocolate
they were on
gummies
the
are
radio
all
show.
that. Yeah.
And they sent a little gift pack afterwards, and that stuff was all in there. It was good.
Nice.
So I'm not sure if they're
As
still,
Judy Doucette says.
yeah. So I'm not sure if they're still doing it or not. But if anybody's bored on a Sunday night, they sometimes do the Silly Sakuras off the S&M Sweet Shop Facebook page. Really, really cool little show. Always a lot of laughs and giggles. So if you get a chance on a Sunday night, I think they do it around 7:00 Eastern.
7:00 Eastern. Yep.
Yeah. And about that hour, a lot of people call it the 7:10 time, right?
Oh, yes.
Because
it is.
7:10
happens at that time, right?
What's that? Sorry?
7:10 happens at that time between the 7 and 8 o'clock hour.
That's right. And 7:10 upside down spells oil, right? So it's concentrate time. Time to concentrate.
We knew that when I was in high school. In those days, we actually had calculators.
The calculator. Yeah. It's my phone, but it's the same size as my calculator from high school, so it works.
When I was in school, I hung out with a lot of the boys more so than the girls, and the boys were always writing things like boobs. So we didn't get oil. I got boobs.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, they wrote boobs. I guess, what was it? 80085.
Well, it's obvious the people I was hanging around with had something else on mind.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, so remember that house that I was talking about earlier?
Yep.
I got the video. Do you want to see it or part of it?
Would love to.
Okay, this was the house. It's been all over the national news, and I went out to see it last night. Just a second, I'm going to hit play.
Yeah.
Oh, the music's not coming through.
It's a choo-choo and a stunning view that rivals all the rest, but you won't ever see it advertised. It's a simple fact, we stay on track, though sometimes we digress, but that can only happen on the Polar Express. That's the sound of her breathing. And lots to eat. With a little luck, we'll be on time. Because that's the way things happen on the Polar Express. Lights are gleaming far across the snow. You're not dreaming. May I present the North Pole? If it's penguins you expect of you surely haven't guessed. They'll live down at the other end. With a little luck, we'll be on time. There's no need to stress, because that's the way things happen on the Polar Express. That's the sound of it singing. I'll check my manifest.
Okay, that was it.
Okay, there is a man that is bringing back the spirit of Christmas 100%. That is so beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that amazing? And that wasn't even the best part of it either. Like, the next song was actually the best part of it. It was, and when I take my dad back, I'll go live and I'll try to get the whole 18 minutes.
Okay, that would be so cool.
It was spectacular.
That would be so cool.
And for every 1 minute of that show, it takes him 18 hours to program it.
Oh,
wow. But, I mean, yeah, that's somebody definitely bringing back the power of Christmas, right? The spirit, the magic of it.
That's much better than seeing a yard full of inflated things.
Baubles.
Like, there's a place for them, and it'd be nice.
Yeah.
But sometimes some places just the yards are just covered in these balloons. I don't know what you call them.
Yeah.
And then
So there was a fella up north. He passed away a few years ago. He was a friend of my father's, but he was on this very busy corner on a country road. But so the corner was kind of a swoopy corner. And so every year he would always have these decorations out there. And then after a while, people started leaving him these yard ornament decorations. So ultimately, Dalton had this whole garage filled with Christmas decorations. And then when we drive by, some of us would throw like a little envelope into the mailbox to help pay for the hydro. Because I think one year his hydro bill was something like $1,200 for the month of December.
Oh, yeah.
This
Yeah,
gentleman, he's got a donation box out front, but it's food items.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's collecting and donating to the food bank.
Again,
we had a lady, a local lady who had a big display in her yard and her house and stuff, and they would bring buses would come to look at this lady's place because it was just so cool.
Yeah.
It got to the point where the municipality paid her hydro bill.
Wow.
For that period of time. Because there were so many people that came to the area that were drawn to her. Sort of like what this guy is doing here. If he's getting people in buses and stuff coming to there, if they can get a little help.
When I was there last night, in that 18 minutes, people would arrive and they would leave when they got to the beginning of what they saw again.
Yeah.
Because you can really arrive and go at any time. I was so lucky to arrive last night when they said, welcome to the 2022 light show. So I got there like right at the beginning, which was really cool. But yeah, so people were coming and going through the whole thing. And I don't know what he's collected for the food bank, but people were getting out and walking up to the end of his driveway, left, right, and center. Because people would pull away, people would, move up, and it was just spectacular.
How cool. A show, food in people's belly. It's just, yeah. And again, these are the reasons I love Christmas.
So would you tune in on a certain channel on the radio
station? Yeah, he's got a radio station that I don't know if he's rented it or they've given it to him, but 87.2 FM, I think, here in Nova Scotia. And, you could listen to the show anywhere in the world, really. But yeah, it's really quite spectacular to sit there and have this playing on your own personal radio and watching it. Right. We had there was 4 of us in my car. We had the radio cranked. We had the windows down. If you couldn't hear us, there was something wrong. And we were, we were 3 of us were sitting there on mushrooms, right? And the driver was sober, but imagine that light show with the, and we were just we knew the sound, the words to some of the songs. So, our arms are out the windows and we're singing, and we're probably just as much of a show to everybody else there as the light show is, right? But it was just a really great time. It was so beautiful. And to know that this is, quite literally nationally famous and probably internationally famous as well. Coming from my tiny little province was just really kind of cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And what a sight to see. Definitely go live when
my dad takes me up, I will.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll be on the passenger side, so I'll be able to roll my window down and
you'll be able to hear the music because it'll be playing in your vehicle.
Yeah.
And your phone will pick that up.
Yep, it's really cool.
Beautiful.
Really, really cool. We should do the wheel here soon because it is 1:48.
Oh, is it? Yes. Okay, so this week we have 3 entries with awesome answers, and I love that everybody seems to love the same thing about Christmas. It's all about the meals, it's about the family, it's about the sparkle and the glitz and the peace and the joy, right? So this week, our gift winner, it gets some glass cleaner from Zeus, a nice bottle of glass cleaner, some pipe cleaners that are a little twisted up from being banged around a bit, but they're also from Zeus. We also have the Zeus ice filter system, which is totally awesome. Check it out online. Just type in Zeus ice bucket and it'll tell you everything you need to know about it. And there's a little mystery, swag snack pack. Instead of a stocking, you get the little Christmas bag from Green Irene. And that's what's going out to our lucky winner today. So let me just share my screen here. Share screen. I want to share this one. I'm going to pull it over here. There we go. I'm going to share this screen. Perfect. Is it sharing? It's not sharing yet.
No.
Add to screen. There we go. Okay.
That's that extra step, eh?
So this week we have Andrea. I didn't put the last names on. I just typed in your first names, but because there's only one of each. So we have Andrea, Amanda, and Kimberly are on the wheel this week. Let's get ready. Are we ready to spin?
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, boom. I feel like count. Ta-da! Oh, Kimberly Edwards! Yay! Yay! Congratulations, Kimberly. Please send us an email with your mailing address, and I will have this sent to you, probably UPS, because apparently UPS is cheaper than Canada Post.
I don't think she's very far from you either.
Well, okay, let me tell you a story. Johnny, our very first winner, I drove past his house twice with his package after having it sent back to me twice by Canada Post. Johnny, you weren't meant to get your feather before Christmas. I'm sorry, dude. But yeah, UPS is actually cheaper than Canada Post. And that being said, we are looking for some assistance. You can contact Cindy or Al at Pace Radio. Better to contact them to figure out how you can donate and contribute to, so that we can afford to send these gifts out all the time. It's not the gifts.
Yeah, we'll put an ad together, stating what we're really looking for and whatnot, and get it out.
Right.
We have plans to get that done over Christmas break, so it'll be easier to get some help with the shipping. Is really what we're looking for.
And that's basically all that we're looking for. I mean, so many of our gifts are donated in some way, shape, or form, whether it's from events or what have you, or leftover stock from my old cafe, that sort of thing. And they make great gifts. So
yeah, and they can take a couple $100 to ship out every month.
Sometimes, yeah,
it can. I mean, we've had a lot of luck with getting stuff out. I mean, I've always had a lot of luck with getting stuff out, and I find too that if I'm where I go to Ontario or like the Toronto area or the Vancouver area, a lot of people don't mind if I'm close to the time where I'm about to visit Vancouver, and I say, hey, I'm going to be like 3 weeks. I'm going to be there. You mind me saving shipping? And people usually don't mind at all. They appreciate a visit. And
maybe you could find a courier company to sponsor that segment.
That would be really wicked.
Hey, that's brilliant. That's very brilliant. That's
we now that Al's here, we have an announcement as well.
Yes.
We're changing time slots in January.
I know.
No more than just time slots.
Yep. Different
that's
day,
right. I forgot about that.
Different time. In the new year. In the new year, you're going to be able to catch us live here on the Pace Radio Network and CBG TV. But we will be on Monday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern. So you will be able to have your 7:10 sesh with us on starting on Monday, starting in January, every Monday. The second Monday in January.
Medicated Mondays.
Medicated Mondays. And we're really excited to be able to sesh with all of you in the evenings versus the days. Irene will be running her nail salon, and I will be back in my pen shop full time. So we decided that an evening show would be better suited for us, and I think it'll work best for everybody.
I had to write it down because I changed my whole schedule, 2 nights ago, and I got it down for Tuesday nights. So I wouldn't have been here.
Yeah, you better correct that.
And this is what happens when you have a lot of different things going on, right? Like Cindy, you have your pens. Oh my God, they're so beautiful. But as you know, you have to kind of get into that zone to be able to do them, right? So once you get into the zone and then you're working and you're doing your stuff, everything else flies out the window so that you can be a part of that. And the same thing happens to me when I'm designing videos, or I'm, doing graphics, or I'm doing live shows, or I'm studying for a book, putting pieces together. And, and now, like as you announced, I haven't told anybody, but
sorry.
Big announcement. Easy Nails, nail art by Irene, is now back in business again. It's one of those things I really love doing it. It's a wonderful opportunity to meet people in the community, to do my artwork and have it appreciated. Canvases are much smaller, but and these are about 3 weeks old. But yes, I love doing acrylics and gels. Sorry. I love to do acrylics and
Beautiful.
gels. That's a
What's
little.
on there? I can see. No, go
Sorry,
the other way.
It's a snowman.
This
Oh,
way.
it's behind the logo. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, snowman. All right.
Yeah.
And did you? Now I'm going to ask. Did you paint that on, or is that a decal?
Yes, but as I say that, I can also tell you it took me 4 hours to get it right. Because
That's only one finger.
It's been a while since I've done. It's probably been 2 or 3 years since I've done nail painting. So I really am practicing again, 2-3 hours a day. Practice makes perfect. Ultimately, I can do all sorts of designs. And in the interim, if there's something that somebody wants and they don't mind the non-personalized or non-custom, there's all kinds of wonderful things like stamps and stickers, and then there's sparkles and all kinds of things. But for events like 420 events, and many times I've been, at the Karma Cup and somebody says, "Oh, I love your nails." Yes, thank you. I will put my bud in my nails, or I will have, my name and my logo handwritten in there. And it's really that presentation thing, right? So I love doing that custom work, but I do all the regular stuff too. Instead of opening a salon, I am going mobile. So I will come to you, whether it's in your home, at your office. If you're on the road and you're in my neighborhood and you broke a nail or you need your nails done before the show tomorrow, give me a call. I'm on my way over. Everything.
Emergency service.
Yeah.
I'm coming in February. I should book ahead, right?
There we go. See, this is my entire office. This is my desk and my table. But everything I need to do gels, acrylics, poly gels, repairs, shellacs, and manicures is there.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It started with, helping some of the women that were in seniors' homes that couldn't get out anymore. Like the year before, they were out every 3 or 4 weeks to get their nails done. And it does. For a lady, it makes us feel good. And they couldn't get out anymore. So somebody had called me and said, "Irene, I know you're not doing it right now, but could you help out? My nanny needs help." And yeah, I'll be right there. And so, I packaged the basket and away I went, right? And I thought there's got to be, so when I thought about going back into business again, or, getting back into business, going back to work, as I call it, I thought there's got to be a more efficient way and there is. So yeah, starting as of January 1st, you can book me, and you can find me at easynails.ca. The website's not finished yet. Easynails.ca. Is it .ca or .com? I think it's .ca. I don't know. It's .ca or .com. Like I said, I haven't really gotten it all done yet. I
apologize for outing you.
But no, actually, thank you, because I'm terrible at that sort of self-promo, right?
Well, that's why you wanted to partner with me, because I like to promo.
Yes, thank you. Easynails.ca, and that's with Z's, not S's. So easy, Z-E-Z, nail, Z.ca. And as I do designs for different people, you'll see them starting to show up. Like, I'm pretty sure I've got Lily's nails on there right now, and I've got Diana's nails on there. So I've got a few pictures up of some of the stuff that I've done historically and currently, and yeah.
Cool.
Just
Cool.
As of January 1st.
I don't get my nails done, or I come down and see you.
Well, thank you, Al. Thank you.
I can tell you that yesterday, as you know, you filled in for me on the psychedelic and cannabis educational news, and that was because I spent the day with a cancer patient, and as I was driving them around, they said to me, "Geez, Al, you got nice nails."
And you know what? You look after your hands, though, I bet, right? There's a lot of men in construction that'll get manicures done because their hands are in the cement stuff and it gets really itchy and starts to crack and stuff.
Get underneath there too.
Yeah. So a lot of times they'll come for like a manicure to have their, like, just for general nail care. And one of the things I use all the time for that is this cannabis infused coconut oil. Especially for damaged cuticle areas and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Really, really good for it. Nice. So, and it helps strengthen the nails. So yeah, so not all men don't necessarily go and get their nails done. But some do go and get the hand care done. Diabetics for their feet. Now, I do not do pedicures. I don't do feet. Sorry, can't even discuss it. Don't do feet. I do hands. I help you put your best hand forward.
Not your foot.
Right.
Not your foot. Not your step. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, some people, I can understand that. You know, some people just don't like getting near other people's feet.
Yeah, I don't even paint my own toenails because I think feet are just yicky. You know, I don't know why, they just are. Like, I bury them in the sand. You know,
they can be cracked and bruised. Yeah. Some people just don't look after the feet.
My friend says it's because I'm Pisces. I'm that fish. I don't want feet.
Fish don't have feet.
Right? Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Something left over from the zodiac times.
Just so you know, I look like Cindy's looking down that clock. I've extended. I extended the broadcast.
Okay, so I can stop having a panic attack then.
I extended the broadcast already on Boxcast. So we're still going out to Roku TV and all them. All right.
Thank you, my friends. Yes, I am not on the ball at all today. And
I
we got your back. We've got your back.
Thank you. I got a friend in use. Oh my good Lord. And again, it's this whole busyness. Just a headspace is everywhere, right? It's on the books. Tincture Time is going to be released in a couple of weeks. I'm waiting for the final approval on it. And it's got some really cool marijuana moonshine recipes in that book. So that's coming out. We'll be giving that away next month. Yeah, just, you know, there's, again, all these different directions of different things going on, right? It's hard to say.
Yeah, they always say, well, you know, it must be boring in the cannabis community. Like, you know, really what's going on? And I used to have people say that to me all the time. And I'd say, what do you mean? Get involved.
Yeah, it's never ending. There is always something. There's events going on. I mean, I just got 2 or 3 invites. I was asked to speak in Michigan, and thank you, gentlemen, but I can't cross the border for a whole lot of reasons. Mostly, like, I'm not vaccinated.
Could you do it virtually?
Sorry?
Could you do it virtually? Could you speak over?
No, they're having an in-person. It's a physical event thing. Yeah. They were hoping I would be at, and because I said, well, you know, are you broadcasting this at all? Because I thought about maybe broadcasting on CBG TV, right?
Yeah.
It would be excellent to air it. Unfortunately, they're not doing it that way. It is a closed invite, a closed event, which I'm thankful for the invite, just won't be attending. But again, there's all kinds of things constantly going on. There's up at Legacy, you were going to pop in on Tim and Kathy today. And I'm sure if you had made it there, there would have been something going on, you know? There's always something happening somewhere. And if not, it's Christmas time. Go out and find the lights. Look what Cindy found.
Go. Yeah, you just never know, especially out in the country too. You can come across things. Talking about invites, I'm just looking for it. I got a message from a lady down in Virginia asking about doing an interview, and it's called Coffee Talk.
Oh,
coffee is spelled Cough.
Cough.
Yes, exactly.
I like it.
Yes.
Oh, exactly. Awesome. And you know what? I know.
They have a radio. It's a radio podcast that's played during on a terrestrial radio show. Sort of like how I started with the Reefer Reporters. Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to get together in January, and then I've offered them to be a guest on the Pace Radio Show. So come January, we're going to speak down there, and they're going to speak up here.
Very cool. How awesome is that? I love it. I love the way this community collaborates, and I love the coming together of all these different mediums and all these different thoughts, and because everybody does thinks a little bit differently, right? And now, are they legal in Virginia?
There's some legality, but I'm not sure exactly what all it curtails.
Right.
She spoke about it when I was speaking to her on the phone about that, but it was just vague. We didn't get into any full discussion because I figured I'd be asking that stuff too during the radio show. So
fair enough, right? Yeah, go ahead, Irene. Just keep talking. So our show is moving to a night show, and this is our last broadcast now until 2023. Right? But as we know, 2023 has amazing things happening for everybody. Pace is growing exponentially. CBGTV.com. Check it out. There is something new on a regular basis. Oh, I love that puppy. I never saw the puppy before. Look, something shiny. Hey, DD, can you say that?
It's not a cat. Same size. It looks like, but
she's a little bit smaller than the cats.
Smaller.
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
That was Suki. That is my dad's dog.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's just a little Suki. She was supposed to be a teacup. She's twice the size of either of her parents.
Right.
Oh, really?
And so she's a toy Yorkie size, but she was supposed to be a teacup.
So that happens genetically, I think 1 in 9.
Like I was wondering, could it jump a step? You know, like they say that sometimes with twins in humans, you know, maybe it misses a generation, another generation comes along.
Yeah. She's about 5 pounds. I think her dad was 2.5 pounds, and her mom was 3 pounds.
Wow.
Such tiny little. They sit in your hand.
When you take them for a walk, you have them on a leash for not only to keep them close, but also to hold them down from the wind.
Pretty much. Yeah.
They'd almost be a kite. You can attach them to a kite. You know, just a short. You don't want to send them way up in the air or anything. But it'd be like parasailing for humans, right? You can. You know, make sure they're safe and secure. Right? You don't want to hurt your puppy.
Yeah, no, have them on a leash. Yeah.
I'm picturing one of those
on the end.
Puppies sitting on the back of the boat in Georgia Bay, and you start going, all of a sudden there's a dog in there. Muskie's jumping after it.
You could sew it a little suit with wings.
Yep.
You know, like a flying squirrel.
And on a cushion, so when you bring them down, like they've got a little cushion to land on.
A cushion. Yeah. You know, maybe get them to the point where they land on all fours and just run. You have to. I think it's better to land on the cushion though.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't want them going in the water. We don't want the muskies catching them.
No. Floatable. It's got to be floatable. That's right. Sort of like a chitty bang bang. You know, like car.
Oh, chitty bang bang. Who was that? That was the Flying Nun, wasn't it?
Flying car.
Yeah, but but the movie Sound. What was it? The Hills Are Alive. Was it the Sound of Music? Chitty
Sound
bang
of Music.
bang.
I thought it was.
Boo boo boo.
Yeah, that's the song. Yeah.
Mary Poppins. That's who I'm trying to think of. It was Mary Poppins, and they were babysitting or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the car flew away. Chitty bang bang. Chitty bang bang. Okay, now I got an earworm. Thanks, exactly. Al.
No problem. You're welcome.
Cindy, you've got something to give away this week. We're going to tell everybody what it is, and then we're going to show them how they can give it away, and then we'll come back to chit-chatting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of had choices for a giveaway this week, and during like the first part of the show, I've probably changed my mind about 20 times. So considering I am sending Irene a pack of this over the next little bit, she should have it next week, like in between Christmas and New Year's, long before we come back. I decided to go with the At Ease sample pack that I was sent. I've got a good friend that makes these amazing microdoses. Oh, right on me, look at you. So the company is called atease.com. Supplements and health products, and this is a sample pack of their 4 different kinds of microdoses. We have the original blend, we have the main event, where there's actually more lion's mane in that than there is in the original blend. We have an evening blend, and what they've done is they've taken out the energetic mushrooms and they've put in a mushroom that's more geared towards relaxation. It's really, 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 really cool. So the evening blend, you can take those and sleep on them. They won't keep you awake. They won't give you energy. And then if you want a microdose that's a little bit bigger than these, because these average about 125 milligrams per cap, we have the Scooby snacks, these Scoobies, which are 250 milligrams per pack. So they are pretty close to the same as the original blend, except for a little bit stronger. There's a few different things. So there are 5 capsules in each of these mini bottles. So 20 capsules in total. It gives you a good chance, a good chance to take them and figure out which one works best for you, or a combination, because I keep all 4 of them on hand depending on what I want to use them for that day.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Now, is there like instructions that like he probably puts I got to do this. Hold on.
Yeah, Vanna whiting it. Woo-hoo-hoo. Vanna greening it though, because we are cannabis. So yeah, you guys come on back. What are you doing leaving me here by myself?
All 3 of us are running the board today.
So if you'd like to win this, here's how. I'm going to put that up now. There's how. You want to tune in to Token Talk Time with Reverend Cindy Howell, myself, Green Irene, and anytime Al can join us, Al, and remember the catchphrase or the trivia question, and that validates your entry. Email that information to tntoke@hotmail.com. We're going to have to change this before time, because when we come back in the new year, we are going to be here Monday night at 7 p.m. So I guess we could leave that
in on Sunday.
They have to come in Sunday.
Yeah. So have your answer to us before Sunday, January 8th. We'll put that in the blurb.
Here, we'll change that up a bit, and I'm gonna be sending Irene a pack of these so she can peruse them, take a look at the website and the information, because the information's on the website. There's no, you were asking me if there's instructions or anything. There's no pamphlet in this, no. But on their website at ease.com, there is information on microdosing, and it gives you different ways of microdosing and different ways that you can take this medicine to benefit you. So you can take a look at that. You can decide which way you would like to try, and you can give the medicine a try. I will, if I don't know you personally, I'm going to need to know that you're of age. So if I don't know you, I will be asking for proof of validity of age. Just so you know, I will not get myself or Pace Radio Network or CBG TV in trouble. So not meaning to offend anybody, but I will be asking for proof of age.
That being said, one of the ways in which I do it, if I'm sending anything that does have any sort of cannabis product in it in any way, shape, or form that I'm sharing, I send it with something like a cab company, or more importantly, Dial a Bottle. They will deliver it for me because they know how to ask for ID and what to look for in ID. And so if I'm delivering it to an unknown address, your ID will be asked for. So make sure that you have it available.
Yeah, I'll be sending it like when I mail it. This one will go with signature because it'll have the at ease in it. Yeah. Especially if I don't know you, right?
Right. It's like that television commercial that I saw recently, the little boy making a sandwich. Yes, I am my dad. And then he says something like, I am my dad. I am tall and I drive a car. He's calling in sick to school.
Yeah. I am my dad.
Is that your grandson?
No. That it was a commercial on TV.
All right.
Yeah. And the kid's calling in sick to school, and he tells my son will not be into school today. And who's calling? I am my dad. Are you sure? Yes, I am tall and I drive a car. It was just adorable.
And the question this week is just send us an email and tell us what your fun plans for New Year's Eve are or were.
Oh, I may have a special thing for New Year's Eve. I placed an order. I placed an order for a Remo supercharged joint. You know, Remo nutrients and Remo hundreds of thousands of followers.
If I send one of you money, will you send me one of these Remo joints?
Yeah, I get. Yeah,
I can't order it here in Nova Scotia, and they won't ship to Nova Scotia. So I have to get somebody there to order it and then ship it to me.
Well, I could have bought it directly off the OCS site, but the government made like $520 million last year.
Oh, well, if you know a cheaper way to get it, yeah.
So I thought I'd help out. If I'm going to buy anything, I'll help out the local guy.
Right.
And they looked it all up, looked into it, and decided not to order any for the store. They said they couldn't order me one, but they could order some for the store. So then I found out, it was like 2 weeks later, they told me that they weren't going to order them, but try somewhere else. They told me where to go. So I went to that store yesterday, and they didn't have any, and they didn't offer to order me any, and I didn't ask. So I went to another store because I was in a location that had 2 stores. So I just walked over the bridge and went to the other store, and the guy, he'd never heard of it. He'd never even heard of Remo before. So I got to explain everything about Remo and what Remo does and all this stuff. And he went, wow. So he went looking it all up online, and he says they'll be here next Tuesday or Wednesday.
Fabulous.
So yeah, like I didn't even have to ask him. He just went ahead and ordered them for the store.
Wicked. You grab a second one, and I'll and let me know how much it is, and I'll send you money for it.
Okay.
And I was just thinking, I've got Remo in my feed, and he's doing something new. I know right now he's headed to Montreal for something. On his way back, I may be able to snag in a meeting or an appointment or a time with him and figure out where he's putting them so that we can definitely get some and maybe have a few giveaways for the new year.
Yeah, that would be wicked. I know they're here in Ontario. I don't know where else.
They're just in Ontario right now, I believe.
Are they? Yeah, and
I get really excited because I've smoked a lot of weed that has come from him.
Yes,
and it's like really.
And his nutrients are out of this world.
Oh, are they ever? So when I saw this pre-roll, I'm like, dude, I need this. Like, I need this in my life.
Yeah,
2 gram infused joint.
Yeah,
the store.
Infused.
The store that decided not to order them. They didn't think that they'd be able to sell very many 2 gram joints. So they don't sell any. So they didn't think they would be able to sell any.
When I go into the dispensaries, if they've met me once, they now know me because I'm not shy when I walk into a dispensary.
Excuse me.
So, honey, I'm home. But that's often what I'm looking for is that 2 gram. I want the heavy hitter. I want the infused. I want that triple layer trifecta. I want it infused. I want it rolled in keef. And that they sell out the fastest in the stores around in Durham region anyway.
Yeah, I don't, the guy who told me that it would be in next week, he did recognize me, but not right away. And that was because he says, oh, yeah, right. You're Wayne's friend. And Wayne owns the Camelford Lifestyle Shop that's right next door. Right. So
Right.
he says, "Oh yeah, you're Wayne's friend," and I said, "Yeah." And then he turned around and said it'll be in next week. So I don't know if they come in singles, but I don't know whether the OCS requires them to order a certain amount of things. I haven't got a clue how any of
I
that
think
works for store.
there is a lot of regulations to what you're allowed
Yeah.
to store per square footage.
Yeah, like he may have to order in half a dozen of them. I haven't got a clue. Like,
Well, I don't know necessarily about that. It's the amount that you're allowed to have in stock. So that's 2 grams and that's only one joint, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
if you're only allowed, say, 10 grams, do you want to waste a fifth of that on a joint? I know you're obviously allowed a lot more. I'm using small numbers. It's easier for my brain to
Correct. Yeah,
comprehend.
yeah.
But these have really helped because I left them all over the place, even when I didn't have time
Oh,
to
nice.
talk. Right. And it
Nice.
just says who I am, that there's a
Yeah.
few different shows, there's podcasts and video casts. And that way too, and it's got the PACE, like the PACE
No.
email on it. So if I've been in, somebody's talking to somebody at PACE. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To say,
Yeah,
hey,
I've got some in
happened,
it.
or-
I've got some in a store here in town. They told me that when they found out what I was doing. Oh, you got any cards?
Do you know what? I
Right.
just keep them on me. And here's something really funny because, again, y'all know I'm a certified practicing, programming, NLP and hypnosis therapist. So these are my business cards, right? You've probably seen them
Yeah.
around. Most have. They've been in swag bags and stuff. And I have this for when I'm going into dispensaries. And I have this for when somebody says, "Oh, I love your nails." Really? I'm mobile now. Here you go.
There you go.
Do you know what? That was really hypnotic the way you did that. Cool. I'm available via Zoom. Here you go. Or fuck, you know what? Can I come back and get some pictures? Here you go.
Do you ever get them mixed up?
Really love those nails. Great. Here's a PACE card.
Yeah.
Give us a call. We can book you in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I offended you with cannabis. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so here's a story. When I first got out of the wheelchair and I had my license, but I hadn't driven a vehicle in a very long time, and certainly not comfortably, right? So there was a lot of nerve-wracking. So of course I had a friend with an old beat up jalopy, and I went to the empty parking lots, and I got really comfortable with the car again. But that's not the same as getting on the road with other vehicles. So a friend of mine who happened to own a taxi stand was looking for drivers. And so I said, I got the time, you got the tools, and I don't want to be a cab driver by any stretch of the imagination, but I need practice. So what do you say? You give me all those clients. So give me a few hours in the day kind of thing. While doing this, so I got a lot of the seniors that take up a lot of time. If you're a professional cab driver, you want to go from one client to the next client to the next client to make money, right? Because you're on a 60-40 split in most cases. So the ones that take that extra time, you have to go in and help them down the stairs and help them into the vehicle. They really suck up your time. So I would take those because I was happy to do it. I just am practicing driving. The one old lady, I started giving her creams. She loved them. Then she asked about cookies because someone at bingo gave her a cookie. And I said, yes, I make cookies. Can you make me some cookies? She calls the cab stand and says to my buddy who owns the taxi stand, I'd like to order a dozen of those cookies, and can I have 6 of those creams? He says, you're calling the cat, and I'm not going to say the name of the cat. You're calling blah, blah. She says, I know. Just tell Irene. She'll know what I'm talking about.
Just pass on the message, will you? Come on.
Thank God my buddy and I literally have known each other since we were in diapers. Like, we shared playpens. Our parents played cards together and all, like, because otherwise any other human being on the planet would have been in a lot of trouble, right?
Yeah.
But under the circumstances, it was okay. So do I get shit mixed up all the fucking time? All the time.
Oh.
I'm gonna reach the conclusion that it's part of my charm. Yeah, that's it. Oh, too much fun. But yeah, I got this shitload of fucking cards now. And again, they all, one thing ends up blending into another. Often, like I
Well,
said,
when we go to events, they come in handy. I just have them in my pocket.
right?
I give them to a person. Try to give them to them before I start talking to them.
Yeah, in some cases, and again, with the different businesses, it depends on what I'm doing. But always, my nails have always been flashy, and if I'm sticking my hand out there right away, oh, you like those? I'm mobile.
Yeah. Well, here's another card.
In addition to doing face radio, I've also got my salon in the trunk. You want them done? But it works.
Next Karma, I want my nails done at Karma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sitting there at Karma, smoking joints, getting my nails done. Like, that would be a fucking treat.
There you go.
I won't stay sober enough, my friend. You do not want your nails done at Karma.
A couple dabs
I'm happy to do them before Karma, just not at Karma. Because Karma, zero self-control. That's my Christmas. That's my adult Christmas, right?
Yeah. You need one of these, Cindy.
The dabber.
The dabber.
The dabber.
But they're not available anymore, unfortunately.
Oh, but I would, when you're in Ontario, I'll do your nails for sure, girl. Absolutely.
There you go.
Well, the end of February. Yeah, I hope to be up actually quite close to you the end of February. So hopefully things will work out.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Good.
Yeah. Just so you ladies know, we got 4 minutes till the bottom of the hour.
It's that time. Thank God Al joined us and he's paying attention because,
and we got I think it's a minute and a half closing. Just so or maybe it's a 2 minute. What is it?
It's a 2 minute closing. Yeah, it's a
1:58.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 2 minutes to talk, or a minute and a half to talk. Anything you want to promo before you sign off? I should sign off.
I want to just go over the fact that we are when we come back in January, we're going to give away a sample pack of these microdoses made by At Ease. The question that you need to send teandtoke@hotmail.com is pretty simple. Just tell us what you're doing or what you had done, because depending on what time you're going to email us, for New Year's Eve, and you'll be in on the draw.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And we'll be posting about this over the holidays too. We'll keep reminding you that you have to have it in by September 8th or January 8th. Oh my God, 2023. Yes. Okay.
And,
yes.
And I'm going to throw a thank you or a shout out to Kimberly Edwards, your winner for today. I believe.
Yes.
He says, yay, thank you.
Your news package will be on the way. It'll be by UPS. You've got to send me your, just email it to me, your address, and we'll get it out to you. Awesome. Okay, somebody else grabbing the closing? We're all
I got it.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right. Happy holidays, everybody. Enjoy.
Bye.
Be happy. Stay healthy. Keep lit.
Be kind.
That's right.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
When you have a pain that's reached its peak, Legacy for 20, it's so unique. If organic cannabis is what you seek, here's your trusted partners 7 days a week. Suppository salves, vapes and drops, topicals, edibles, infused pop. Just when life seems like it ain't easy, at Legacy 420, enjoy a pop freezy. Lab tested products, make them the GOAT. Legacy 420 out on your road. Legacy 420 in Tyendinaga Mohawk territory. Indigenous organic cannabis at its finest.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.